Hello, hello. Um, hello, it is me, Jen the Taxidermy Witch, and we are just gonna listen to some music and chill. I just got off work, it's like pajama time, and basically, hi Layla, how are you? Basically, I just want to do a video where we just sit and chat about nothing, like, it could be witchcraft, yes, of course, but let's get to know each other better, on a level that's more like regular. I want to show you guys my work bun because today at work I got so many compliments on it, but for me it's time to take my hair down. It hurts when it's back. But I do want to show you my ultimate bun today, and I can't look. I'm like trying to look. Some lady said it looked like a marshmallow, and I'm like, yeah, I love marshmallows. Does it look good? Okay, but anyway, it's time for me to take down my hair and just chill and have pajama time. I'm glad that it's cute. Yeah, I mean, people compliment on my hair a lot, but sometimes it's like every other table or every other customer. Um, and that's another thing. Like, when I'm waitressing, I totally tell people, like, I don't know, like, it's true things. I find a true thing about them, like, their sweater is so gorgeous or their eyes are so beautiful. And I don't do that because I want money. No, no, no. I don't give a shit what somebody tips me as long as, like, I don't even look anymore because the restaurant I'm at has so poor of tips. But I do it because I want to give somebody a little bit of light in their day. Like, even if one person just says to you, like, your smile is so pretty, or your makeup is so nice, or you are so kind. Like, that can, like, do enough to make a person, like, let's say a person was suicidal, okay? That's so sad. And I think at one level or another, all of us have thought about it. Um, and of course said, no, 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 that's not. But if somebody was so sad and thinking about something like that, and you said something kind to them, that could completely change their day, their week, their life. I'm not kidding. It could change their life because, like I said, when my sister Tanya, my sister-in-law, told me, you can do anything, and I was inspired to go to school, and then I went and I was an ambassador and all this stuff at my massage school. It was great. And I never would have done that without her supportive words. So, um, Tanya, if you watch this, I love you. And because since I've told my family now, I have a YouTube channel. So yeah, basically everything's going really good. A single compliment to my outfit makes your day. Totally. That's what I'm saying. You can make somebody, I don't know. But, and listen to the opposite. You sit there and you think it in your head, like, and some people get jealous and then they use the evil eye instead of giving a compliment. A compliment is almost, it's almost an out of the evil eye, right? Like, you look at something and you want it and you're jealous, but instead, just tell the person that has it, that's beautiful, that's amazing, that's so cool. And, you don't need to say, I wish I had it. Just, like, make a point to manifest that in your life. You can manifest anything through meditation, through law of creation, law of attraction, I'm sorry, law of attraction. You can manifest absolutely anything, even $1 million. But you have to do the work as well. I mean, you can't just think, oh, I'm gonna have $1 million someday, and you just say it and you just say it, but you never do anything to actively change it. Then you won't get that $1 million, unless, I don't know. I mean, I really think you have to be active in what you want. How about we turn on a little bit of music? The last live that we did was interrupted and I had to cut it off short, and I think that most of you know why. I put a comment below. Hi, Ollie! Yay, you're here for the beginning. So, when I got cut off on the last live, the music, we didn't get to hear the rest, so let's hear it. And I'm going to show you. So, Allie, we're just here talking about anything. We're just chit-chatting, getting to know each other better. Not just me and you guys, but you guys as well. So I'm going to put on that Doors album that we started in the last live that only lasted 20 minutes until somebody asked me to really, really hurt myself bad, and that made me shake. So we're going to listen to We listened to side 1 already that has Break On Through, Strange Days, Shaman Blues, Love Street, Peace Frog, Blue Sunday, The Wasp, Texas Radio, and The Big Beat. You guys, I found out that there's a good chance that I might be moving to Texas in a few years. So if any of you are from Louisiana or Texas, woohoo! We'll be doing Texas Radio and The Big Beat in real live time. And then the last one was End of the Night. So now we're going to start side 2, and side 2 starts with Love Her Madly. Then it goes to Spanish Caravan, which is literally the most beautiful Doors song, right next to Wishful Sinful. Oh boy. But Spanish Caravan is amazing. Ship of Fools, The Spy, and The End. Oh no, The End's on here. We're going to hear it. So there's 5 people here now. Cool. Hi. Hello everybody. Hi beginners. How are you? We're going to listen to some Doors, okay? And we're going to have nice positive chats in this room. And just friendly chats, okay? Okay. Alright. What did you guys do tonight? Did you work? Did you play? Did you do witchcraft? What did you get up to? Hi, Brenda. How are you? What happened at the end of the last stream? Well, someone asked me to hurt myself really badly live, and so I just ended it because it made me shake and made me really upset. So yeah, that's why I did it. But in the future, I have B. Young, who's here, and a couple of other friends that are going to just go ahead and take care of it for me so I can continue to do my lives. If anybody starts harassing me or saying something bad, they're just going to take care of it for me through YouTube. So, thank you guys! This record is so awesome. If you've not ever seen it, I'm not surprised because I hadn't seen it for years. And I collected Doors things for a long time. So, it's called Weird Senses Inside the Gold Mine. So that's fun. It's really got some trippy pictures on it if you look, like, there's this weird moon right over Jim's third eye, or pineal gland. His other eye is just kind of like... You've seen this vinyl, Ellie? Yeah. So, it's just got this, like, weird, like, watercolor, and then here, there's, Robbie Krieger, Robbie Krieger, Ray Manzarek, and then John Densmore, the drummer. So, drummer, organ player. Now, listen, you guys. In a main band, in a 3-piece band, it takes just 3 things, okay? Like, think Nirvana. Kurt played guitar and sang. Okay, that's 2 things. Then you need bass, and you need drums, and that's all you need. Well, in the Doors, they did not have a bass player. Well, why did they do that? Raymond, I just have chills, like, all over my arms. I don't know if you can see that. I saw the Doors live. How did you do that, Jennifer? Well, in 2003, the Doors 21st Century came to Seattle on Pier 61. And we watched it on the water, and it was everybody except Jim Morrison. John Densmore on drums. Ray Manzarek on that organ was so amazingly cool. Like, if you've ever seen them perform live or anything, he just, like, he bends over like an old lady and he just does this, like, head, like, it's so cool. It's so cool to watch him from behind. And then the singer, they had Ian Asbury from The Cult, and he had his hair, like, about this long at the time. And I think they toured for, like, 2 years as Doors 21st Century, and then Ian Asbury got, like, John Densmore has actually been diagnosed with cancer, and then remember, Ray Manzarek died, like, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, and that was a really hard time for me. I don't know why. But Ray Manzarek played the bass up here, because his organ had 2 levels, okay? Up the ups, and then the lower level is the organ that you hear. Organ. Up here, he's doing the bass. Boom, boom, boom. While he's doing all this. Boom, boom, boom. So this band is really unique for that reason. They don't have a bass player. They took care of it with the organ. And I think that that's so beautiful. Listen to this part. Listen to the organ. That makes me want to cry, that sound right there. It is so beautiful. Riders on the Storm is one of the more, like, popular songs, and to me is kind of, like, played out, if you will. But I still love it. When you get into the albums like Soft Parade, from start to finish, the band hired a whole orchestra to be in that album. It, like, there's horns, there's saxophone, there's trumpets, there's, violins, there's, you know, they had a full orchestra to perform with in that. And yeah, Soft Parade, exactly. Soft Parade is from the album. And my favorite song from that album is Wishful Sinful. Every time I listen to it, all my hair on my body stands up. I just get so happy. I feel that energy, and that's the best time to go and use it in your witchcraft. When you feel that thing, whatever it is, that music does to you, and then takes over, almost. I let it take over. And it's weird to think about this, okay? I can't remember where I read this. I went to a Tool concert, and there was somebody there that was on, like, a psychedelic, okay? And they were telling me that everybody here is connected, okay, obviously, but everybody here is in a trance from the music. And she goes, look around, everybody's dancing the same way. And she wasn't wrong, like, but that's what music does, and especially Tool does to a lot of people. My record's skipping, hold on. Riders, ride. Now this song is, you guys, I put on the wrong record. I read you that we're gonna hear all this stuff. No, instead we're gonna hear "Riders on the Storm," which we just heard. This is Maggie McGill, and this isn't on any other record. Horse Latitudes, "When the Music's Over," which I love that song as well. Yeah, so Brenda, I never got to go to a Dead show, but I wish I could. I did go to a Fish show, and it was the last year that they performed, so I feel like I kind of got to do some of that, but I don't like Fish nearly as much as I like the Grateful Dead and Jerry Garcia, and Grateful Dog, D-A-W-G, if you've ever heard of that, Brenda. So, Allie, ecstatic dancing, you've been learning about music and rituals today, so that's crazy you bring it up. It does take over, and I think that people let it, and that's why I put on music, is like my head needs to be in a space where I can maybe meditate or just check out, but to me, music does that to me, and I really like grab onto it and appreciate it. Yes, I do. What are some other of your guys' favorite bands? It could be any style of music, but my favorite is either like really old stuff or I just don't like newer country. I like Nashville country, don't get me wrong, like real country music, but I don't like what I hear on the radio and stuff, but other than that, I really love it. Layla, you think it has something to do with a solitary ecstatic experience with music? Yeah, so sacred dancing, that's something really cool, and that's also an offering that you can do for any offerings. Like the fairies love singing and dancing as an offering, and that's something that's free, okay? You have your voice and you have your body, and that's completely free, and you can give that amazing energy, and it's super special. So what else? You can dance for your ancestors. If you're into hoodoo, the hoodoo ancestors love you to put on music first thing in the morning and get up and dance. That's what my life is about. I love that. Alice in Chains, Soundgarden. Good ones, Brenda. Alice in Chains, another band that's from here in Seattle. My husband and I love Lane Staley. Like, we love Lane Staley. We saw Alice in Chains without Lane Staley. What did we think of Alice in Chains? What? Yeah. It wasn't that great. We also saw Stone Temple Pilots without Scott Weiland, who, like, I have a big crush on, but he's dead now. And that, I thought it was okay, but Scott Weiland was a performer. He was a dancer. When he was on the front of Stone Temple Pilots, he made this energy across the stage. Alice in Chains does that too. And I think that it's a different energy, of course, because Lane is so, like, he looks like a soft, quiet person, you know, like, just like, you would want to touch him, like, barely, you know? Then that's the lead singer of Alice in Chains, Lane Staley. Yeah, STP is lovely. Okay, you guys, if you like Stone Temple Pilots, you have to go to YouTube, and there's this 40-minute performance of them, live at Rolling Rock. And I'll probably send that to all my Skype peeps tonight. If you're not connected with me on Skype, let me know in a message, and I will give you my information. It's just Jen, the Taxidermy Witch. Just find me and send me a message and say, hey, it's me from YouTube, and we'll be golden. You will get warnings and all different kinds of stuff, music from me, etc. What song is on now? Horse Latitudes. It's only 1:30. Yeah, okay, Allie, I'll definitely send it. So it's called Live at Rolling Rock, and the whole performance is like, it's just 40 minutes. It's so amazing. He dances like a crazy man around the stage, and I'm sure that he was lit up on something or whatever, but like, most of them are. You can't really blame him for that. He is a maniac, and he is a god, and when he performs, he puts on, big ladies' gloves and sunglasses and a cop outfit, and every show he takes off a little bit more, and it's not like a strip thing, it's just like, every song you watch, he's wearing a different outfit kind of thing, because he's changed, and, when he sings, and he does this, and the whole crowd makes this sound, it's just amazing. This Horse Latitudes is just Jim yelling. So Jim Morrison did a whole load of poetry as well. There's a lot of bootleg CDs, or I don't know, what do you call it these days? Not CDs. CD era. I never read the covers, just threw them in. Vinyl studies, those covers. Also, I love about the CD and cassette era is when you pulled the cover out of the plastic. It had the words inside, and you could read the words along, so you could know the words instead of just like guessing or saying what you think you hear. And then that trains a lot of people to be like if you've ever been asked, write down the words to this song, because you can sing it from start to finish, just write down the words, and then you go online and you compare it to the real words. It's fucking hilarious, I won't lie. Because you'll be like, I thought it was this, and it's totally, Zeppelin vinyl, nice. I love the cover of that. Okay, Brenda, are you talking about that 4-set Zeppelin, or was that Alice in Chains? No, it was Zeppelin. 4 records. My brother got it for Christmas when I was like 9 or 10. But that was like one of the only things I didn't listen to, because hi Whitney! Because I didn't know how to use vinyl as a little kid. I just knew how to do tapes and CDs and such. So anyway, I remember him having it though, and there was like 1 through 4, right? Led Zeppelin 1, Led Zeppelin 2, Led Zeppelin 3, Led Zeppelin 4. Sad news, you guys. Led Zeppelin, stole a lot of their music from Motown, I think. I think it's Motown, but I know for sure that if you compare some of the Led Zeppelin music to the music 20 years before, it's so ripped off. But I love Jimmy Page. I've actually seen him perform outside of Led Zeppelin, of course, because he still performs. And I saw him, and it was good. It was good. I also saw Peter Frampton as an older man, and that was good too. Yeah, they stole from a lot of places, but you know what? This is what people say. The best artists out there steal and adjust. I don't know if I believe that. Like, we should have our own creative mind. But, you know, if you're going to steal and adjust, you have to adjust it enough so it doesn't look like the same thing or sound like the same thing. You just have the idea of it, you get the inspiration, but they took it farther than inspiration. But, man, I love their music. I'm not gonna lie. I got into them in my 20s when I started shooting a lot of billiards. So, What music do you like, Layla and Whitney? Right, all artists are inspired by some kind of art, you know, but you have to change it enough. And I feel like they just didn't change it enough. Oh, Live Fortune is messaging me through Skype. Come on my live feed! Okay, what should we talk about now? I feel like if I stop talking, there's dead space. I don't know. Oh! I wish I could sing really well. I would sing for you guys if I could, but I can't. However, when I'm alone, I sing. And I think that that's what everybody should do, because it really, like, brings joy to you to, like, belt out these words that are so important and mean so much. And I know that a lot of us do sing when we're alone. And I just fully support that, you know? Talking to yourself when you're alone. I'm going to bring Otis over to say hi. He wants to say hi. Otis. You want to say hi? Oh, come here, Buster. There's my Buster Brown. Can you look into the camera, please? Say hi to everybody. Where's your paw? Hi. Okay, get back over there, love bug. He sleeps at the end of my bed on my feet. It's so cute. And then he'll come up later in the night and just like cuddle right like in my neck. It's awesome. Yeah, that's my kitty Otis Driftwood. Right, Otis? He doesn't know how to take a bath the right way. Sorry. It's a disguised sign of genius, talking and singing to yourself. I love that. Thanks, Brenda. That makes me feel better about it. But no, I mean, even in the house when there's other people, I'll be talking, and then, like, to myself as I'm doing stuff. Or just out loud, not necessarily to myself. That's kind of weird when you break it down. But I'll be talking, and like, in my room. Okay, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. You make sure you get that. Okay, I got it. Like, replying back and forth. I'm glad that you guys feel better by this honesty of mine. Yeah, makes me feel less crazy, right? So, I will go around the house and just talk, and then, you know, my family's here, and they'll be like, what? And I'm like, oh no, it's just me. And then at this point, they kind of know it if they hear me mumbling, but if they hear me mumbling loudly, they're like, what? I've been comfortable enough, like, it took me 4 years to sing in front of my husband, but now I just belt it out, don't care, you know? Except for I do have an upper level that when I'm alone, I will try and hit, like the song Creep, love Radiohead. You know, the high note. Well, I can do it, but I only do it alone. I did it one time at karaoke and everybody clapped, so I know I can do it, but it's just like, sometimes it doesn't work, because that's an interesting song if you know it. I love Radiohead. Thom Yorke, though, or however you say his name, Thom Yorke, he's a crazy Scientologist, so that's a bummer, because I always used to look up to him. And I'm not saying anything bad about Scientology. You do what you wish, but it's not for me. I respect you, though, if you do it. The quality of the video doesn't want to stay at 720p. What is that? I don't understand. So this song is the end. This is the song that got Jim Morrison in so much trouble. Particularly, he was arrested in Dade County, Florida, for exposing his genitals to the crowd. It's a good picture of him at Hollywood Bowl in his leathers, which is a true story. He always wore those leathers everywhere. And then my brother-in-law was kind enough to, when they went to Paris, take this picture of his grave at the famous cemetery. And it looks immaculate. So there's that. What was I talking about? Oh, the end, right. He got in so much trouble. Basically, he took a lot of psychedelic. Oh, it's pixelating? Maybe it's because I'm moving too fast. Do you guys want me to stop the video? I can't see what you're seeing on this side. You know what's cool about this? And this cover inspires me, to be honest. Look how fucking, like, light those are painted in watercolor. Like, I want to do something like that. I mean, it doesn't... I know that it's so hard, but it doesn't look too hard. Look at that. I mean, that's pure talent. That's beautiful. I know I showed it. Okay. I want to tell you guys again kind of what I... Oh, no, good, I'm glad it doesn't bother you. I don't know why it's happening, though. Oh my god, I know why. I'm not even connected to the Wi-Fi, for fuck's sake. I wasn't connected to my house Wi-Fi. It's gonna be better now, I'm so sorry. I can't believe it even let me go live. Is it better now? You can do a... I used to love to play with... what are they called? Pastels? They're messy, really, really messy. It's better on your end? That's funny. Pixelating on my end now, but that doesn't matter to me. I know what I look like. Okay, Cloud. Thanks for helping me on that, you guys. What else? Does it bother you if I smoke? You know, mind if I smoke? Care if I die? I mean, just listen to it. It's... let me see if I could tell you anything more about the Doors. Oh, I do know something interesting. Okay. You know Val Kilmer? And you know how he played Jim Morrison in the Doors? Well, on YouTube, and I'm a YouTube freak, obviously, like, I get stuck in these things where it's like, 10 people who sold their lives for vegetables. I mean, not really. I'm just trying to think. Like, I look up all this weird stuff, and then other stuff pops up. And so there was this thing where it was like, 10 actors who got so deep into their role, when they were done with the role, they needed deep therapy because they became the character. And Val Kilmer was one of those. He got so into the Jim Morrison character, and I have to say, Val Kilmer, you did a fucking really good job. I believe it was him singing in that as well. It goes back to, like, okay, did you know John Travolta didn't even know how to dance before Saturday Night Fever? And he's, like, the dancing king in that. I actually, when I was, like, 11, I fell in love with that movie. And you know that dance he does to win the competition? I learned how to do that by myself in my bedroom. I watched the movie, that part, over and over and over. You know when he's dancing on all those lit up squares? Man. Hi, Purple! We're just talking about music, the Doors, Saturday Night Fever, John Travolta, Val Kilmer, all kinds of stuff. I'm so glad you guys are saying hi to each other. That makes me happy. She played the priestess who did the hand fasting. Who? What? Which? Okay, let me flip the record, y'all. Oh, I love this song. I don't know. Should we start with side 2 or side 1? Because side 2 looks better. Okay, side B has Lover and Badly, Spanish Caravan, Ship of Fools, The Spy, The End. And then side A has got Take It As It Comes, Running Blues, LA Woman, 5 to 1, Who Scared You? You Need That Meat, Don't Go No Further. Like some really good stuff. Hi, Christopher West, how are you? We are here talking about music and such, so I'm going to put on this record, and I will be right back. For a long time, I had my granddad's record player, and I actually still have it. It's at Peggy's. But now I have this Crosley that plays CDs, records, radio, tapes even. I think it records as well. There we are. Okay. I love rock, but I love me some country too, like Chris Stapleton. Okay, Whitney, send me some Chris Stapleton, because I'd like to hear it. All of you that are connected with me on Skype, I love for you to send me music that you enjoy, because that's what I do with you. Oh my god, Allie, you live in Nashville? We might be moving to Texas in a couple of years. I'm so excited. That's kind of close to Nashville. But I want to be close to Louisiana, like East Texas, you know? The Man in Black rocks. Alright, what should we talk about, you guys? You live in Clarksville. Where's that? Is it near Texas? I don't know that area too well. Is Clarksville Texas? I don't even know. Oh, you're only a few hours away, Allie? That's great. Looks like we can move to Texas whenever, Alex. I came home from work and he's all, so guess what? We might be going to Texas. I'm like, cool. Clarksville, Tennessee. Okay, cool. Yeah, all my friends are over in like Clarksville and Nashville and where was the other one? Anyway, yeah, that's cool. I know. I would have liked to gone. 30 minutes from Nashville? Nice! See you guys! And you guys, if you guys are close to Texas, there's this place that Lady Grave Dancer always talks about called the Rock Barn. And it's in Dallas? I don't know where she is. Cool. So, Galveston is the area that, no, if you're craving fish, you probably, and I'm not a doctor, if you're craving fish, you probably need the fatty oils, like omega-3 fatty oils and stuff. Yeah, Silvermoon, what's up? I'm so glad you're here. Oh, these records are skipping. It's making me sad. Yeah, Brenda, you can eat seafood every day. Try working in a Japanese restaurant. It's so hard. Listen. Alright, buckle my shoes. No! The record is skipping. Arrgh. Don't skip anymore. Be good. I've given it a try. We'll see. Oh, wait. Kentucky? Kentucky, I mean, I just want to be in that, like, southeast. Like, the people there seem so nice, and it's warm, and the big, yeah, sashimi. Ah, sashimi! The big deal is that Alex will be able to grow his plants there outdoors. We won't have to have all this indoor greenhouse like we have here. So, you know, what is the zone in Galveston? There's like all these zones for gardeners. You know, there's zone 1 and then through 10. Zone 10 is one of the warmest. Huh? 9? So, the zone is like 9, which is near the higher, right? So it'll be great for growing tropical fruits, even outdoors, right? And that's what we need. No, sit, Brenda's all, try Florida. We were thinking about Florida, but we don't want to go there. Orchids grow on our trees. Oh, you're in Florida, Brenda? Awesome. Everybody's realizing how close they are to each other. They're like 30 minutes away from each other. Yeah, you guys, you should get together. That would be so cool. That would make me so happy if I brought friends together that were nowhere near me. If you guys hang out, make sure to let me know. Or video chat me or something. Yeah. I would really like to have as many of you guys on my Skype as possible. I think a lot of you guys I do have on my Skype. But I can, it's really nice to get to know the people that you're talking to face to face. That's my opinion. Because you guys know me. And then I just have to give a guess based on this little picture, which might be your face and might not, It's fine. I understand privacy, but I like... Yes, you are, Silvermoon. You're on my Skype. You got the message. This guy is drop dead gorgeous every day. We're thinking about it, We don't know where we're gonna go, but eventually, in maybe like 2 or 3 years, we will be leaving Seattle to head southeast Texas-ish. What are you laughing about, beginners? Beginners, you're not on my Skype. Well, Layla, I'm so sorry. We can Skype after my live if you want, Layla. I'm just a busy lady. I apologize. I went last year to Fort Walton. Oh, you don't have Skype? That's fine. No problem. I just wanted to invite you. Let's see. Oh, thank you! I had a really good night at work. Silvermoon said my energy is so good right now. And the reason why I decided to come home and do a live rather than come home and do a video or two is because, I did it. I looked at my, analytics or whatever you call them, and it turns out that people watch my live feeds, and I don't even have very many. Like, A, from start to finish, and B, like, there's so many views on them even after we're done with the live. Because right now we only have 10 people here. It's 36 minutes in. But so I'm trying to do more lives because that's what you guys want, apparently. That's what you guys are watching. So yeah, and it takes a lot of, like, guts for me to just come home, not too make-upped and just get in my PJs and do a video, but I'm enjoying it. Allie, aren't you on my Skype? But my name is Jen the Taxidermy Witch on Skype. And Skype is easy, because if I can do Skype, then you can do it. Believe me. I'm so not technically savvy, but sometimes, I really put my mind to it and I figure it out. It's not often, though. Oh, Brenda, I know you're on there. Yeah, and I had a really good day at work. Like, okay, I've been having sucky times at work, and you guys know that. But lately, I've just been deciding to go in and go back to the kill 'em with kindness, Like, every time something is said to me that's not nice, or just, like, bitchy and negative, I'm just like, with the sweetest voice, okay, you got it. Okay, you got it. Hi. Onegashimasu. Japanese restaurant. My record skipping. Chase. If I so love you, you know that. Mojo Rising for you, Brenda. Do you hear it? So Mojo Rising is an anagram for Jim Morrison. So, what is an anagram? If you've not seen Rosemary's Baby, because they totally describe an anagram in that, I will show you. Let's do Scrabble tiles! Woo! You get a bunch of Scrabble tiles, and you lay them out, and you spell Jim Morrison. And then you mix them back up, and you try and spell Mr. Mojo Rising. You have the same exact amount of tiles. So basically, where's the camera? Anagrams are the best. And Rosemary's Baby is the best. If you've not seen it, man, Mia Farrow in that movie is lovely, gorgeous, such a great actress. Her husband, Guy, I don't know his real name, he plays the character Guy in it. He's amazing as well. Oh, this record, please. I think it got in the water damage. I had a bunch of records that got water damage, but I was like, they're vinyl, they're okay. And even if I don't... I love this song. Even if they don't work, I can melt them and make them into bowls. You can do that with vinyl, like with a blowtorch. It's really cool. So anyway, this is one of the records from Water Damage. It's still playing, it's just not like perfecto, right? It's really gorgeous. I love this. Yeah, that movie freaks my mind too. But it's, I mean, man, me and my dad used to watch it together. That was our special movie to watch when I was like, started when I was like 7, up until I was like 14, you know, until I left the house. And it was just like, it always makes me happy because that was like a happy time for me and my dad. But the movie itself, if I separate that, it's pretty interesting. I love when she's like barely fries the steak. It's just like barely brown on each side, and then she starts eating it, and it's all bloody. And then she looks at herself in the toaster, and she's like, "Oh!" But you know, what was it? Late 60s, early 70s? I'm not able to look it up because I'm here with you guys, but I think Rosemary's Baby is like 1969, is my guess. Really good. It takes place in New York. Her apartment is like 16-foot ceilings, like classic New York apartments. So freaking beautiful. What other horror movies do you guys like? Or, I would love to know. Okay, Whitney says, we have this cool taxidermy place in Clarksville, Tennessee, that have a frog and a banjo. Oh, like a taxidermy frog playing a banjo? I love that. I even love, like, the old Victorian taxidermy that has kittens. Like, it's what it is, you know? I wouldn't probably own taxidermy kittens, unless I knew for sure that they were stillborn, you know? But these kittens that were the Victorian kittens, they weren't stillborn, they were just strangled. And I did a lot of research on that, and that's the truth. They have these things where it's like a little tiny room that they build out of wood, okay? But one wall's open so you can see into it like a shadow box. And then they'll set up all these kittens, tiny kittens, they'll taxidermy them, and they'll put them at like teeny tiny school desks and like doll houses and like playing croquet and stuff. And it's really eerie. But again, I don't know. You know, everybody's got their different like aspect on it. It's not something I would do, but I don't. Yeah, poor kitties, but again, we don't know. Maybe they were ethically harvested. Like fetal pigs that died or whatever. I don't know, you guys, but yeah, it's sad. It's not something that I would be like, look at this, you know. But it might have really cool energies at the same time. Squirrels in the little outfits like nuns? Yes! I love nuns. Let me show you all the nuns I have. You guys know this one. This is a really old porcelain doll I found at a Salvation Army. And then I put my grandmother's rosary on it. And she has this on her. LHS? What is that? I don't know, but it's pretty eerie. She's great too. She's got some nice shoes. Tights. The lot. She's got full tights on. She's beautiful though. Look. Alright. So that's her. I can't. There's a record right now. Oh, for Pete's sake. More nuns. Let's see more nuns. Oh, this one is so good. It's a nun that's bowling. What glass jar I have in the back? These ones? Yeah, she is beautiful. Two-headed mermaids? That sounds amazing. Punk taxidermy. Okay, let me, Oh, good! Yeah, I got those at, Hobby Lobby. Your daughter loves scary movies? That's awesome. Just like me. Just like me. Alright, here's another one. She's actually a salt shaker. And her eyes are closed. She's got her rosary. And it says on her, "We give you thanks for all your gifts." S. The fuck does that mean? Oh, the record's over. So I have lots of nuns having fun, and they like to stay up with Effie up here. So I'm going to change the record. I have another Doors record that we could put on. Oh, I have more nuns. More nuns. Oh my gosh, these are a music box. I'll play it for you in a second. I got to change the record. I'll put the nuns here so you can see them. Nuns having fun. Right, Alex? Nuns having fun. Okay, so I've got this record. I think it's just the best of the Doors. We could listen to that. Hey, thanks, Whitney, for sending me that. I just got it. I don't know. Maybe we should listen to this. Oh, nobody wants to hear Nirvana. Ooh, I know. Let me play this weird record, okay? Remember I told you I had that Billy Meyer record, but I couldn't find it? That's Billy Meyer's Face. And this record's not long at all. I thought it was going to have, like, the untold stories like it says, but it doesn't. It's just music that's really, really interesting. Brenda, you're asking me what's the nun collection, Jen? What do you mean? Like, why do I collect nuns? I could certainly tell you that. What's with the nun collection? I collect all kinds of things, really. I don't know why. Okay, listen to this music. It's so interesting. I'm turning it up and I'm not going to talk for a little bit. I just want you to hear this. It sounds like alien music to me. I love the red vinyl too. When it got here, I was like, what? It's so cool. But listen, it's just so weird. It's like techno, kind of like industrial, jungly almost, like drum and bass, you know, I love all that. It's just a lot of sound in it. If not, it will be pressing. Oh, my nuns! This vinyl would be great for trance work. Yeah, Layla, I dig it too. I put it on sometimes when I'm cleaning. I'm just like... It's really good stuff. I used to go to raves back in the day, you know? So I like the drum and bass, the jungle. Not so much the house music, but yeah. Turn on a music box and you can't get it to turn off, and then you're like, put it in the other room! What do you guys want to talk about? Besides how cool this record is. You guys should be dancing dancing. Everybody should be dancing. Oh, this part where they get this guitar in, it's really good. It starts to get so trippy, like so trippy. Do you guys like to dance? It's pretty fun. When did it come out? I have no idea about this record. I think it came from nowhere. I've never met anybody who's had it. And I have some forums of like rare vinyl and I can't find anybody who has it. I found it on eBay. Yeah, I mean, it's weird when you're like trying to research a piece of vinyl to kind of get the history on it, where it may have came from, what year it came out, and when you can find absolutely nothing and there's no marks on the vinyl, it's just like, I feel like it came out of the sky for me, you know? It is sick as fuck, Layla, I have to say. Sometimes things float into my life, and you know what? When they do, the first thing I think is, I gotta tell you guys, oh my god, I gotta show my friends, you know? So yes, I'm glad I found the Billy Meyer record. It's so good. I don't know, it gets like this weird part of my shell, this weird part of my soul, like, lights this little fire. Okay, do you guys have any video requests? Because I got some video requests from my last live. But I haven't gotten any yet this time because we're just chit-chatting. But if at any point you want to throw in something, like I would really like to have this, just let me know. What should we chat about? How to research and use local herbs and plants. Okay. Well, let me say this. Costco right now has a book out on how to... No. Scratch all that. If you want to... Oh, it's a video idea. Okay, great. But I can tell you right now a little bit about how to do it. Where's my style? Okay, so I'm just saying, like, there are books that you can go to, like your local Barnes & Noble, or you can look on Amazon, eBay, whatever. Type in the state you're in, and then, like, books on how to forage your local herbs, because I don't know what's local to you, but that would be where I would start, or I would start doing Google searches. I would start trying to search what's local to you, what grows local to you, and there'll be a list of 800 things, and then you choose from that list what you're going to apply to witchcraft. And remember, if you can, local horticulture society. So Brenda, are you saying that most towns have a local horticulture society? If so, absolutely join that. Even in our town, and we're, you know, in a Seattle suburb, we have our own horticulture pages, like forums and people that are doing, even growing exotic fruits where we are. It's crazy the friends you can find if you just look into it. Yes, Brenda has really good ideas. Thank you, Brenda. I love you being here, my sister. So yes, how to source local herbs. Herbs, etc. Because there's more than herbs. There's woods, there's grasses, there's, well, I guess grass may be a herb, there's flowers, there's all kinds of things, so. But just recently I went to my Costco and I found a book on Washington State, which is the state I'm in. And it's how to harvest rocks and minerals from your state. And I was so elated. I was like, oh my god, I have to get this. It was right there next to the Pink Floyd book. All the Pink Floyd songs and why they wrote them, what they're about. And I'm like dying. I have to have this book. It's $35. It's not too, or it's $30. Not too much. But that one applies to witchcraft with me as well. And I'll tell you why. How does Pink Floyd apply to witchcraft? It does, you guys. For me personally. Because it gets me to that place when I listen to that music where I'm like so just here in my head and I'm like not in my body. Like the music just takes over your being, and Pink Floyd really does that to me, especially Dark Side of the Moon. And the album called Wish You Were Here, which has like Shine On Crazy Diamond and such. They wrote them on drugs. I'm sure that they did, you know. Bowie was completely drugged up when he wrote most of his songs, and I adore him. And I don't adore the drug use, you guys. I adore the performance, the lyrics, the everything, the person. But, you know, we have to understand that we can't even imagine what their lives were like. Ever see them, Jen? No, girl. I haven't seen any kind of Pink Floyd. Nobody from Pink Floyd. Breathe? Breathe in the air, Layla. You're exactly right. That song gets my tingles going everywhere. Maybe that's my ASMR. Like, I've listened to ASMR videos, and I can't get the tingles in my head. But if I listen to music, my whole body will tingle and light up and feel complete euphoria. What is that? You know? What's the matter? Thanks a lot. Yeah, Breathe is one of my very favorites. The whole Dark Side of the Moon album, from start to finish, I can sing. Even The Great Gig in the Sky. I want to tell you something about The Great Gig in the Sky. Oh my god, okay. So I had this friend when I was 21, and he was like 26, and at the time, you know, we were just friends. But anyway, he stayed with me for a few weeks while he was going to the Art Institute in Seattle, and he was doing music. Like, his whole study was on music, how to make it, because he was a DJ. He liked to spin drum and bass and jungle and all that shit, so he wanted to know every element of music before he became a DJ. Now, sadly, he sold his Technics, and he's not a DJ, but he did go to art school. He came over, and he goes, I'm doing this project on Pink Floyd, and I'm gathering loads of information. Now, you guys, this was in 2001. We had internet, but we didn't, like, and did we have cell phones? We had cell phones, but they were, like, the fucking, like, it was a big chunky thing, and there was a screen, with no color, and it was just, like, and even, there was no texting for a long time. Yeah, like, dial-up and flip phones, right? So at the time, it wasn't no, it was dial-up. It was dial-up. So what I'm saying is, you couldn't just access information from your hands like we can today, just with our phones. You had to go do research. You still had to go to the library, get books on rock and roll history or Pink Floyd, and figure all of that out. So Gary, my friend, came back and told me, hey, I'm doing a report on Pink Floyd. And at the time, I had never heard them when I was 21. I had heard them on the radio, but I didn't know Pink Floyd. And so my downstairs neighbor was like, hey, I have Dark Side of the Moon, do you want it? And I was like, fuck yeah, I want it. So anyway, Gary told me, when he was doing his research for his project, that Great Gig in the Sky, the one where the lady is like, like, don't judge me for singing that, but I am just saying, like, when they hired her, and they went through many, many women, okay? And I think that most of the women were black, because they wanted that big, powerful voice. And the woman that they chose, they said, we want you to try and make your voice sound like an instrument. Can you do that? And they went through as many women as they could until they found a woman that could make her voice sound like an instrument that didn't exist. Hi, Profanity. How are you? What's a terrible Floyd song? So anyway, she became, you know, a part of the band while they toured and while they did Dark Side of the Moon. But, like, her voice is actually amazing to me. Alright, what other bands do you guys dig? Maybe we could talk about those. Alright, so if anybody has any questions for me before I decide to check out, say them now. I just am trying to figure out if anybody has anything more to talk about. If so, we'll talk about it. And if not, I'm going to say goodbye and go to bed. I'm really glad that you guys dug this record. I'm actually going to put on the other side super quick so you can hear it a little bit, because it's different. It is different a bit. So this is the second side of that Billy Meyer record. And it's still got that like really interesting beat, but to me it feels like terrestrial, right? You want to know what the record is? You like The Cure and Echo, and on the Bunny Run, you like 23. So. I love The Cure, absolutely. The Cure is one of my favorite bands for sure. I played them on my channel before. I really like The Cure. Profanity. My knowledge, dragon in me is craving. Well, Layla, what do you want to know? I mean, now's the time to ask. You've got me here. However, Layla, we're gonna Skype after this, right? You guys, I love Oasis as well. Oasis is one of my favorite bands because they were so big in 1994, and that's when music really started to light up my soul, in 1994. One of my favorite Oasis songs is Cast No Shadow. That one really touches my heart. And also Live Forever is like the best. The British Nirvana. The British Nirvana. Yeah, right? Like a cross between Nirvana and the Beatles. I love it, Profanity. That's beautiful. They are kind of like the British Nirvana, aren't they? They did about as much music, probably. No, probably a little less. I'm not sure. Music, probably. No, probably a little less. I'm not sure. From what I understand, they toured a lot of their records over and over, kind of like Tool does, but for a different reason. Profanity, are you British? Are you from the UK? British? Are you from the UK? I know that when I do the lives, right now we're at 9:45 Seattle time, so when I do these lives, people in the UK are usually asleep, right? But I love the UK. I love British shows, British people, British foods. I love me, like, a big classic, like, traditional English breakfast, right? With all the fixings. Oh, okay, it's skipping. Well, you guys, I think it's time to end anyway. Make sure you find me on Skype, if you don't already have me. Make sure you find me on Skype. And I am Jen, the Taxidermy Witch. And just let me know that you came from YouTube or wherever you came from. So, yeah, I mean, we got through an hour. Nobody made me cry, so that's good. Have a beautiful evening, you guys, and I will talk to you really soon. If you want to talk to me tonight, I'm not going straight to bed. I am having some Skype calls, so I'm sorry it skipped, you guys. Hey, I made the toad in a hole once. Hey, I made the toad in a hole once. Alright, guys, love you so much. Talk to you soon. Bye! Wait. You're in Canada, just a lot of Norwegian and Irish. Oh, I love Norwegian and Irish. Profanity, make sure you find me on Skype so that we can get to know each other and chat, okay? Bye, everybody. Much love. And happy witchcrafting!